Hello and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host here YouTube, the sign off and imitate, never duplicated superstar, Tim Vicious, and folks, we're gonna go over TLC this weekend. No, we ain't talking about tender loving cares and all, no. It is tables, ladders, and chairs, oh my, and you know, I'm not even gonna lie, folks. This was not anywhere near as good as I was hoping it would have been. On a 1 to 10, as far as pay-per-views, I'd say a 6.5. And I give a 6.5 more so just because of the simple fact, really, it just seemed like more so it was more raw focused for a show, and I don't know, I didn't like that. But either way, before we get into that, other news, that other big shit that did happen over the course of over this past weekend, because it was a big wrestling weekend. Ring of Honor had Final Battle. PCO is now the Ring of Honor champion, so now the Ring of Honor champion is the Pirate. And also, Marty Scurll has made his debut in NWA at NWA's Into the Fire pay-per-view, which I am actually all fucking for, because you got the WWE fanboys swearing, oh, he'll go to NXT because his girlfriend's there. And you got the AEW fanboys saying, oh, he'll go to AEW because all of his friends are there. No, Marty's going to go to NWA because that's where the action is at. And you think about it, he's going into that promotion with a guaranteed built-in story from the Crockett Cup. From the Crockett Cup pay-per-view. So, there you go there. Now with that said, let's get into this show. Pre-show, TLC was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And first match on the pre-show was Andrade going against Humberto Carrilo. Again, this very nice back and forth. Surprisingly, had a nice amount of time, given that it was a pre-show match. I dug the hell out of this. These two guys click. And when you got two guys that got good chemistry, man, that's all I got to say on that. Excuse me. Damn good match. I dug the hell out of it. It did not have that normal pre-match feel. Pre-show feel that you normally get with it. But match wound up coming to an end with Humberto doing a top rope versus Lana on the Andrade, and then hitting a moonsault, got the 1, 2, 3, that was it. So yeah, now we come to the main show. First match of the night, New Day against Revival in a ladders match, and wow, this did not disappoint. This did not disappoint. Had nice solid brawling. Revival were leading early on. Really dug the back and forth on it, you know. And I've said this before about with the Revival. A lot of people have compared them to like the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, which is kind of funny when you think about it, given that this was in Minnesota, but I don't see them more as the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. I more so see them as the Brain Busters, Arn and Tully, because they just give off more of that kind of a vibe as opposed to the Wrecking Crew. And it's not a knock on one or the other. It's just, you know, what kind of attitude, if you will, I get off of it. But either way, really dug it. Had a lot of unique ladder spots in it, and you know, I always say some of the ladder matches, man, have got to be some of the most dangerous ones, because yeah, we all know the ladders are gimmicked. Yeah, we all know the ladders are aluminum. But still getting fucking slammed through that shit hurts like hell. No matter what, even if you got a, even if you got a, we'll take a chair for example, even if the chair is gimmicked, it's still metal. You're still gonna have to hit it on them, it's gonna frickin', shit's gonna hurt, no matter how you fucking slice it, Same with the ladder, and damn did these guys not go, these guys went all out on each other with it. Now, match came to an end with Kofi, him and Dawson were fighting at the top of the ladder. Kofi literally grabbed the titles and just slammed them into Dawson's face, and he took a dive. Next thing you know, Kofi unhooked it, got the titles, so you're winners and still tag team champions, your boys, the New Day. Now, with that said, next matchup, hands down the show stealer, Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black. Oh my God. Oh my God in heaven, I cannot put into words on how great this fucking match was. While I say this, while I given this pay-per-view a good 6.5, this guarantee is the, trying to think the right way to say it. This is the main reason you should watch this show if you haven't. That's on how to put it. Best way I can describe it. Solid striking by both guys. Absolutely fucking loved it. At one point, Black's nose got busted and bloody. The whole time, my son is watching it with me, and he's looking, and he's like, Aleister Black's got some color on him. Did his nose get hit? It's like, oh yeah, he broke his nose, buddy. How do you know? Dad's had his nose broke. I've had mine broken once or twice, so, and yeah, your first reaction, when you get your nose broke, you want to go and just do like a snot rocket, like shoot out like that. Never do that, because, oh my God, the pain that comes from it. Either way, solid striking. Absolutely loved this. Absolutely loved it. Good, amazing back and forth on it. These two guys, I would love to see these two get another match again. They had an amazing amount of time, great amount of time for the match. I didn't think it was too short or too long or nothing. Felt it was just right. Now just imagine if you can get these two guys at it again. We keep these two apart for, we'll say, Royal Rumble. Build up some hype again leading into Elimination Chamber, but just as a tease. And then you crescendo at Mania with these two. Just, oh God, that'd fucking kill. That match wound up coming to an end with Aleister hitting the Black Mass on the Buddy Murphy. He literally hit a Black Mass right out of nowhere. It was just like, boom. Like that. Much like Randy hits the RKO out of nowhere, Black hit the Black Mass out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, that was it. Now, as much as I love Aleister Black, my worry on him is, where are you going to go from here? Because you can't build him up to be this unstoppable monster. And because if you do, then you run into the potential Goldberg issue of being this unstoppable juggernaut, and then eventually after a while you just kind of lose interest. Now, next matchup, we got Viking Raiders doing a open challenge to anyone, any tag team in the back for their titles. And of course, out come the Good Brothers themselves, Gallows and Anderson. And while this was somewhat of an interesting match, they got good chemistry with each other, working with each other in Japan and Ring of Honor. Honestly, the biggest takeaway was at some point in time, somebody in creative actually looked over at Vince like, alright, what if we let these fans sit out on ringside and eat some KFC. So yeah, people were sitting ringside eating KFC watching this, and I'm just... Look, I didn't like it when AEW was doing that shit with Cracker Barrel, and that shit's just as fucking bad on the gut as it is as KFC is. Don't even try to fucking argue with me otherwise on it. Either way, that shit was fucking just, no. No, I mean, I understand you want to do a sponsor deal, you know, you upgrade a person sitting up here down to here, courtesy of Domino's or Cricket or, you know, whatever the hell's sponsoring the show that night. Okay, all well and good. Cool. Really dig that. Nice use of sponsorship. But you know, now as far as the match goes, and like I said, they had good chemistry, but it wasn't their best. It was not their best. It was not their best in any way, shape, or form. The match ended in a double countout, which a lot of people were shitting on, saying, oh, bullshit, bullshit, which then ended in Gallows and Anderson proceeding to do a beatdown on the Raiders until the Raiders got the upper hand and then powerbombed Anderson through the KFC table, which, yeah, then led to a rematch the following night on Monday, which then the Good Brothers got the win on. So, yeah, Anderson and Gallows are the only team to put a dent in the Raiders, being the only team to score a win off of them. So 10 get you 20, we're going to get a title match either at the Rumble or beforehand for the titles. So next up we got Corbin versus Roman in a TLC match, which the funniest thing from this match had to be hands down. Somebody on Twitter wound up, I don't even remember this fucking fuckknuckles name, otherwise I would have fucking put it out there for you guys to blast on, but apparently they forgot. They were saying, oh, a tables, ladders, and chairs match with pinfalls? That's never been heard of. Dude, seriously? Did you forget the Shield's debut match? Or did you forget the Shield having a match with, or not even the Shield, it was Roman, Seth, and Kurt Angle doing a TLC match with pinfalls? You know, you look at it, pretty much Roman has been in pretty much every TLC match that has involved pinfalls. So, yeah. Either way, Roman, he was leading at the start of it, you know, but yeah, it is the match itself, man, not as physical as I was hoping it was going to be, because, you know, I'm expecting like a car crash, demolition derby mayhem, you know. Dare I say, almost like Vince Russo's Smash TV, let's throw everything up against the wall at each other type mayhem. And yeah, did not get that. But we did get Dolph Ziggler running in, and the Revival also helping Corbin get the win. And the win came in the most obscene way I could possibly freaking imagine. After a huge beatdown, then Corbin hit the end of days on a chair and just like, I'm still scratching my head like, seriously? What the fuck? Either way, yeah. Corbin got the win. Next up, we got Miz versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal title. This was the match I was most interested in, because it is interesting at the fact of Bray Wyatt. You got one wrestler playing literally two complete different characters right here. You know, you got Bray Wyatt, who's basically like this lovable Mr. Rogers-esque like person who's, "Hi everybody, I want to be your friend." Just don't make him mad, because he doesn't like it when you wouldn't like it when he gets mad. You know, and just goes full-blown psycho with the Fiend. And I absolutely loved it because it made Miz put on a whole different level of aggression on him. And the more he was doing it, the more Bray was like, laughing and smiling like, come on, come on, come on, go ahead, go ahead. You know, almost in like a rope-a-dope kind of way. And kids, if you don't know what the rope-a-dope is, pause this, Google it, come back, and then facepalm yourself because you didn't learn what the rope-a-dope was from the great Ali. From the great Muhammad Ali. Now, like I said, really dug the weird psychology in this sense. You know, more so because I grew up with people that were bipolar and grew up around people that were literally that kind of crazy. I grew up around people in my neighborhood as a kid that were that kind of crazy, that were shit nuts. When they were on the street, you know, all nice and smiles. The second they got in their door, they were like a fucking monster. All that kind of shit. You know, and I don't know, I've seen enough fucking horror movies and dealt with people that were fucking crazy with bipolar, split personality and all that shit to be able to fucking dig and get this character. And it was fucking amazing. Bray Wyatt, he got the win by doing two Sister Abigails, one on the outside, one on the inside. After that, there was a picture of the Fiend up on the Titantron. Bray's just looking at it like, yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'll do it. And then crawls out from under the ring, pulls out this giant, like Looney Tune sized cartoon mallet. Looks like he's just about to go and take it to Miz, and then next thing you know, boom, right out of nowhere, somebody jumps in, hits him with a running knee. Pull down the hood, you see a young Daniel Bryan looking fresh out of 2011, 2012-ish. And then he proceeds to beat the crap out of Bray Wyatt. So, personal prediction, Daniel Bryan's going to win the Rumble. We get Bryan vs. Fiend at Mania. So, next up we come to Lashley versus Rusev in a tables match. And yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to really describe this, you know. They had solid brawling. I think that's about the best I can put on it. But other than that, it was just, ugh. Yeah, not much pleasing to the eye on this match. Minus Lana. Lana's skirt lifted up a little, but it's neither here nor there. Moving forward. Match came to an end. Rusev, he was about to go and do a spear Lashley into a table when Lana jumped in, started clawing at Rusev's eyes. He pulled him. Then when she jumped off, Lashley went to go and try and spear Rusev through a table. Did not work. And then he threw him through another table, and that one did. Yeah. So, yeah. Now we come to the main event of the night. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair going up against my future third ex-wife, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. And man, this really helped pay off. This and Black versus Murphy were really the only two solid, definitive good points of the show. And I'm not taking away from New Day because that was a good match, but my God, this one was just wow. Now, this had solid fighting more than anything, you know. Liked on how Asuka and Kairi were isolating Becky and Charlotte in the beginning of it. There was solid mayhem all around. Now, there was a scare at one point when Kairi, you could tell she was obviously out of it. I'm pretty sure she caught a stinger or she really was concussed or something. But at some point, you could see it, and it was when Charlotte went to pick up Kairi for a powerbomb, and Kairi, lights are on, but no one's home, and she's just kind of laying there dead, to where, you know, you see Charlotte literally having to physically force her up to get her into it. And some of the innovative parts that were in this match, hands down, at one point, Kairi crawled under the ring to hide. Charlotte and Becky pulled her out, and she comes out, fire extinguisher, sprays them. And another was, at one point, they were beating Asuka and Kairi were beating the shit out, or when they were doing the isolating, they actually tied Becky Lynch to a fucking ladder, which brought on the 50 Shades of WWE jokes. And, you know, it was different, which is fucking amazing, which is what I fucking love. If it's different, I'm gonna pay attention. And it was great to see. You know, and at one point when Becky was climbing up the ladder to go and get the titles, next thing you know, to stop her, Asuka couldn't get in the ring in time to stop her. Instead, no, what does she do? She grabs that ladder that still had the rope to it, pulled the rope to sweep Becky out from under it. Yeah. So after she did that, then Asuka went, climbed up, got the titles, won. Following night on Raw, Becky lays the groundwork down for them two to have another match for Becky's title at some point. Now, a lot of people were shitting on the closing of this show because that was not the definitive closing point. What was is after the Roman Corbin match, there was a fight backstage which escalated all the way out to the crowd and such. Post women's tag title match, and ended with Roman taking out Corbin and all of the heels in the process. So a lot of people were saying, oh, they were taking the spotlight away from the girls and this, that, and the other. Here's the thing. You got X amount of time on the pay-per-view. Even if it is his own network, and he owns, and Vince can say, you know, we're going to stretch down another hour and a half or whatever. Trying to think on how to word this right. You got your fucking story made. Now, everyone is all hyped for the girls stuff, yes. But you also have to balance out everything for everyone. You can't just put big focus here, big focus here, big focus here. Otherwise, no one's going to know what the hell to look at and pay attention to. Not saying I agree with it, but I'm just explaining reasoning. Now, so yeah, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure you look for me on the Twitter, Tim Vicious. Also, on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on my Facebook gimmick, make sure you let me know you found me on there from here. Or on the Twitter at Tim Vicious, so I don't think you got your creep John going. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, Kenny Gilla, DSP_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, Dazzy MWP, and my homeboy Zeke, TSUNDERE_ZEE. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck this.